Hi everyone, back again for another reaction video, and this one is for a movie I've been waiting for a long time. It's called Waves. Yeah, so this has been out this was released like 3 years ago, but I never had access to it. In Australia, there's nowhere to watch it. It's driving me nuts. But I finally have had an opportunity now. It's on Netflix. I'm gonna check it out on there. But yeah, even for the longest time, it's not like I was just waiting for it to show up on Netflix. Like, I was looking for ages. Like, almost every week I would check, for DVDs of it or a Blu-ray copy. There was nothing. It was ridiculous. So anyway, I had to just deal with that. But anyway, that being said, there's finally an opportunity to watch it. But the reason why I really wanted to watch this is I really loved the first movie this director made, which was this. It Comes at Night. I thought this was fantastic. Such just purposeful filmmaking. Like, just really well done in that regard. Just the camera work, the way they were changing the aspect ratio for the, certain tense scenes and all this. It was such an interesting way of executing it. I know a lot of people are like, nothing happened in that movie. There was no creatures, nothing. But I think that was the point. It was this paranoia between these people, and that drove them insane. That's kind of what I got from it, and just seeing them kind of slowly fall apart. I thought that was fascinating. But even aside from that, yes, I thought the paranoia and all that was great and gave really good tension, I thought, in my opinion. But really what I loved about it was the filmmaking. It was just so purposeful. It's so well done, I thought. So yeah, I'm very keen to check out. Good God, why is the tripod? We just jumped for some reason. And I have heard some good things. I heard a few reviewers really like this film. So I'm very keen to check this out, because I really love movies with good filmmaking, and I love talking about movies with good filmmaking as well, because I can really give you some good pointers from my point of view, where I just really love how the camera moves, way the shot's composed, the color used, and the light used, and then how the actors kind of move around in the scene with the camera in this kind of very, almost kind of like a dance. I love that stuff. I love it when it's done really well. So hopefully this film will be a great example of that, and I can give some really good kind of pointers of what I really appreciate in film. Anyway, let's check this out and see what I think. Look at it, my friend once again. I think I've done a few A24 films, haven't I? Oh, breathing straight away. Okay, heavy breathing. Wind blowing. I'm liking this opening shot though. This is kind of cool. The sun's kind of beaming through the trees. I always love that idea with a shot. Oh, that's a weird textile. Wow, it's like a very kind of neon look. It's cool though. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Okay, that was a weird color thing. It's like a circling shot. Oh my God, okay. Holy crap, that's pretty cool. Just a spinning camera shot to add to the fun and chaotic nature of the scene. That's pretty cool, the way they did that shot. I'm guessing the camera was like cut into the car, and then they just kind of did that rotation trick. Whoa, this is a cool shot as well. Yeah, are they just gonna have these like really cool long takes for the most part? That's really cool if that's the case. Whoa, that was badass. It's a certain energetic nature to this at the moment. It's kind of cool. Oh wow, it's like wet and shit. You wouldn't want to slip up with that thing. It's quite a gloomy color palette, I would say. Like this kind of very blue.
Yeah. I know exactly how you feel, babe. Want some food?
Yeah.
I'm liking how the light looks at the moment too, in this house particularly. How they like using the lamps light. Looks really nice. The color from it looks great. Oh, right. Room's literally just like, whoa, that looks cool. The way the curtains and the colour from that looks really neat looking. Wow, these camera movements are really fast in. They kind of remind me of, there's some shots in this that kind of remind me of Paul Thomas Anderson, particularly early on in his career, like Magnolia and Punch Drunk Love and all that. And also Boogie Nights as well. These shots are very much reminding me kind of how he did things, which is a good way of really putting you in the scene and sometimes connects you with a certain energetic nature of what they're trying to go for. This director really likes this camera spin around the car. It's cool though. There's more people this time though. What are we doing here? They're going for a run. It's a great thing to get into. I recommend running. It's I mean, don't push yourself too much earlier on, but it is a good thing I find to do.
Well, you know what? Could be just by a smile.
This guy's clocking out. The dad's like, son, really?
Everybody's pointing finger at somebody else, and you're no good, and you're no good, and we're no good.
Right, that's true. I won't disagree with that. A lot of people just blame everyone else and don't take responsibility.
To look where that got you.
Huh.
I'm sure he's fine, but we have a whole season ahead. And I'm sorry again, I'm gonna miss this one.
I feel like this guy's pushing himself a lot. I hope something doesn't go wrong to stop that, you know. He doesn't get injured or something, because that's going to really cause some tension, I feel.
Show you this master bedroom. If you could be so lucky one day to have a bedroom like this bedroom, then you'd be doing all right.
It seems like they have a pretty damn good home too. Like, it looks quite set up. Like, look at that. That's not bad.
Wow, it's adorable. It was the most loving thing. It's beautiful.
It's very, you can definitely tell very purposeful camera movements too. Like, just very precise little turns and move backs. It's very well done. I wonder if that's what the soundtrack's going to be like in this film. It's all kind of playing in the film. What do they call that? Didactic?
On your source code.
It's an alright movie. It's quite enjoyable. What the hell is that? Oh, so he's getting his shoulder checked out or whatever. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. I can hear it from here. What is that, I wonder? Is that like pain relief or something, or something else? How was your day?
Exhausting. Oh, that divorce is happening. I have some notes for you to do.
Things seem really nicely like set up for these characters, but obviously something's going to go wrong being a movie. But I'm not looking forward to that but I can see where things could go wrong, because I can see how the dad is quite, demanding of his son, which, being good and bad, at least they do spend time together though. He's not distant with him. You can see he's involved with his education and everything.
And you didn't take any of my pain pills, did you?
No. Why?
Oh.
It's all good.
Oh. Ooh, maybe that's what they were.
That's why you're also feeling pain running up your arm. Now, in your case, if you don't remember a specific event, then you could have aggravated your shoulder, and then over time, with repetition, made it worse and worse.
Oh gosh, this doesn't sound good.
5 out of 5 slap tear. I've never actually seen this level tear in person.
Oh crap. I'm liking this camera movement too. The build up to it.
To be honest, recovery would take much longer than just the summer. You're
Oh
likely
man. So this is hard to hear, because he's probably built a lot of his life around this. This has become...
Call your mom.
See, this is a really rough thing, because he has created an identity around this thing he's doing, right? This physical activity has become an identity. So to just hear that, you're in denial. You don't want to admit that. We don't want to believe that, because, well, hey, what the hell do you do then? He's created quite a thing around this, and he probably thought this would be something to do with his future. And now, well, that may not be the case. So, what do you do? And it seems like his father's quite his father's kind of like a coach by the seams of it. He's very just, pushing him on, which is okay, but at the same time, sometimes you need someone that's accepting, and yes, they encourage you, but they got to still just support you with whatever happens, right? And I don't know how he's going to react to this. Anyway, let's see what happens. But yeah, I can definitely see the problem here. Now, this is a very good plot that they're creating from this. Anyway, let's keep going. Now this is going to result into some things. He might end up doing perhaps crime or just things, because this is such a sudden thing. This is going to probably cause depression because he doesn't know what to do. I imagine he's just going to try and deny it and just do it anyway, which is not good either. Wait, did he just get alcohol? What age is this guy? He was able to just get it like that? Man, he's in a he's in a rough place. I really hope this character gets some type of therapy, or, you know, sees a psychologist. Probably even therapy would be fine, but he needs some type of person to talk to about this. Because, as I said, if he's made a complete thing about this for years, this is too hard to accept. You need to work through this. You can't just, you know, deny it or, you know, whatever. You have to figure this out. Figure out other options or whatever. You know, because there is more to life than perhaps just that. You know, this is what happens to probably a lot of athletes. Something goes wrong, and then they're like, well, what the hell do I do? And that's what you got to ask, and you got to seriously question that and go, there's got to be other things I'm interested in. And there is, but it's just because your vision's so clouded, because you were so focused on this particular thing, that all those other options and things that you might be interested in don't exist to you, because, as I said, you're so focused on that. But once you start to maybe accept that maybe there is something else, you'll start to see other things. But that's a hard process to go through, because, as I said, you create such an identity around that thing that you want to do.
Hi, there's water coming through my door.
Oh gosh.
There's water everywhere. What are you doing?
Go.
Oh man, he hasn't told anyone.
What?
He's barely holding it together. He's got a house of cards going right now. You could almost say this character's in like stages of grief. Like at the moment, you could say he's almost in kind of like the denial phase, which is kind of like, I think that's the first phase. I don't know the other phases, to be honest with you. I know the first phase is denial. Or is it shock? I think the first phase is shock. Hang on, let me look this up quickly. So yeah, he's in the stage of denial right now. Let's go through the stages of grief here. So I'm going to keep this tab up actually. So the first stage is denial. Now the next stage he'll probably go through is anger. I think he's going through some of that now. He's going through a bit of anger as well. The next one will be bargaining. And then the fourth one will be depression. And then the last one's acceptance. So let's see if this character actually goes through that process through this film. Maybe that's what this film is about. Because I don't think grief is always just about a person. That can be about, as I said, it can be about a thing that's happened in your life. Something that you can't do anymore. Or perhaps, you know, you're going to struggle to be able to do it more now because something's happened, right? This guy's shoulder's pretty in a bad place right now. I think that's what it was. So he's not going to be able to do it as hard as he's been doing it. He's going to have to just do it very carefully, get the surgery done, and then just slowly through therapy and whatever work it out. But you can't just keep doing what you're doing because that's just going to cause more suffering. Oh man, he still hasn't told someone. I think this is going to happen very suddenly. Something's going to happen, you know, he's going to make it really bad in one of these fights. I think something's going to really turn to shit. I'm liking, I think they're actually doing zoom outs here throughout the film too, where they're actually using zoom. Ooh, that was a good transition, yo. There's like a camera, it was like that and then a camera swing. That was smooth. It's adding to the kind of build up and the tension of it all, the way this is being filmed, I think. The music's not bad too. Like a weird synthy type of music, but I feel like it's working. Yo. Uh-oh. Oh, is that his bad shoulder too? Oh my god. Oh gosh. I'm feeling this, man. This is rough. Oh, his dad's like, ooh. It seems like it's like good cop, bad cop. His mum's like supportive, saying, yeah, good job, and his dad's like, son, get your shit together. Oh no, landed right on it. Oh. Oh, what was that? Yeah. Wow, he can barely even look at his son. That being said, it might be because, not because he's ashamed of him, but he's just like, you know, he just doesn't know how to feel about that type of thing, you know?
Oh, what? What's going on? You okay?
I still haven't gotten my period.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Like,
Well, that's a bit concerning.
Not to go through the procedure because they promised her to adopt a child. And guess what? They did.
Oh, so they're doing it like an abortion. Is that like what their plan is?
Hey, leave him alone.
Gosh.
What?
Oh no. Well, let me just say this. The thing that those people were doing, holding up those signs, that was not helping at all. That's what I think. That's just demonizing other people because they think differently. And I think that's a good way to go about it.
We shouldn't be fucking having a baby right now.
yeah, that's your point of view. Thank you for caring about mine. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong?
Oh gosh. Please don't have an accident in this situation.
Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Oh gosh. Well, that went well.
Leave me alone. Just go.
Do you really want to awkwardly sit in the car together now after this whole discussion? Just go. The aspect ratio has changed. Is this like a different time? Like in the past or something? Or in the future? Just hang on. Hang on a minute. Yeah, the aspect ratio is slightly different. It's slightly squashed in a bit more. I think. Yeah. I don't know why though. Is it like his character's taking a really bad turn? I'm not sure. Anyway. Oh, drugs. Here we go. He's gonna go into a spiral, I think, of bad shit. Now, am I saying drugs is all bad? Maybe if you're in the right state of mind, it wouldn't be so bad, but in his state, no, forget it. He is not in a good state, so having this is not gonna help him. I think he's still deeply in the denial phase of just things, you know? And that's why he's going into this spiral. He's trying to deny it through distractions, drugs, by continuing to try and do whatever the thing he's doing. Oh gosh. Don't do that hereditary shit. Man, I gotta say the acting's really good, particularly from this lead guy. I'm loving how this is shot too. Very just tied in with the cinematography. Oh, I'm liking that. Those are attachments of his, so like the wrestling, and then also probably his relationship too. And both of them are out of the picture now. And he's looking at it. Yeah, that ain't gonna help either. Now, I'm not saying he should ignore it, but he should try and slowly try to move on, not just keep focusing on it, because that's not gonna help either. Trying to rekindle things. I don't know, man. Like, that was pretty rough the way that ended up in the end. Oh gosh. Man. Oh, I'm loving how this is being edited. And there has been a lot of fast cutting, but this is very fitting for the scene right now. This is great. Man, this is tricky. He's in a spot right now. Ooh. Wow, she's done. Oh man. He's fine. Trashing up the joint. Man, what is gonna happen here? Oh boy, she's with someone else now. Oh, unless... Oh wait, this was just for the dance thing, wasn't it? Oh gosh, and this guy's gonna see this and get so triggered. Ooh. This is turning into a horror movie with this music, isn't it? Oh man. This guy is not in a good spot right now. I hope he doesn't do anything foolish.
Alright, you're not my fucking mom. My real mom is dead. Alright? She doesn't talk to me like a...
Oh wow, so she isn't his mum. Oh.
You drunk? Yeah, I'm fucking drunk. What you gonna fuck me? Stop it!
Uh-oh. That's a good zoom in shot. Gosh. This music. It's kind of like hip hop, but they're making it very tense. It's really well done, I think. This shot going around the mum there's adding that chaotic tone. Oh, the crack on the phone, that's from when he threw it, I think. Huh. What is this man doing? I'm loving the lights bouncing off whatever that is. It looks awesome looking. The red. Really fitting the sense of rage this character's in. Yeah, this little bit does remind me of Boogie Nights a little bit. Particularly that scene where that guy, that character shoots up his like wife and whatever, and then shoots himself. I hope that's not what happens here. I don't think he has a gun anyway, but I imagine something pretty crazy is going to happen nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get him right now. Yeah. Go on my way right now.
Gosh. The cinematography at times feels, it sounds silly, but it feels out of control. Like, there's a sense of disorder in the cinematography, which I like it. It's good, like that circling shot with the dad. Even though I've used it a few times, there's a sense of things are not in control right now. It almost looks like police sirens. The flashing lights here. I can really feel the emotion of this too. Just the way it's been executed and everything.
Stupid ass bitch! Stupid ass bitch fucking walking away from me! You go to the fucking abortion clinic! You give me shit for all that shit!
Oh. Oh. Oh wow, they've changed the aspect ratio again too. Oh shit. Man, what have you done? I mean, I think she's dead now. I think she can take her apology. Yeah. Good question, man. Oh gosh. Man, you better just run and not come back. Like you gotta be gone, man. Shit, man. What a fucking turn of events. Gosh, this is a weird fucking color thing. Whatever that. It's so weird. I'm really liking some of the artistry in this film. Like even this is really strange. It reminds me a bit of mentioning Paul Thomas Anderson reminds me a bit of like Punch Drunk Love. It's weird color bits. Fuck, this turns to shit so quickly. Is the aspect ratio gonna stay like this for like a while now? I mean, I'm cool with it. It's just a really sudden change, which I guess makes sense for what's happening. Jesus, they're there now too. I felt like those lights from earlier on in that party were kind of like foreshadowing. Oh boy.
Freeze! Right now!
Well, that's it, man. You're going to jail. Fuck, man. What do you do now? And whatever is like... Man, his parents, what are they gonna do? Like, how would they deal with that? Like, what would be going through their heads, you know? Like, I feel like the dad could almost just, you know, I feel like they're gonna have a lot of trouble just forgiving what he's done. I get it though, like I get what's happened. It's just been a shitty chain of events. And as I said, he created an identity with that whole thing he was doing with the wrestling, and he realized he couldn't do it anymore. So then that put a lot of pressure on him. He thought his father was gonna hate him for it, and his, you know, all that. And then, you know, his girlfriend had having a child, and he just realized it was too early. You know, it's just, everything just came down on him, and now he's just in a real pit of shit. So I get what's happened, but man, I mean, I'm not saying it was good that he killed her or anything, but I get it. I get what happened.
Mr. Williams, will you please stand?
That'd be crazy if he actually gets out of this. That'd be, no way.
Court that you be sentenced to the State Correctional Institution of Miami for the rest of your natural life.
Holy shit, what? This is interesting. She probably feels weird that people are judging her because what her brother did. Man. I imagine it's probably not as bad as she thinks. I don't think people would really seriously... Like, they would probably, perhaps, but, you know, I don't think you have to isolate yourself now. Oh my gosh. I bet he beat her all the time. Wow. It's easy to judge something you don't understand.
Hey. Hello? Hi. Sorry, I don't mean to bother you.
Ah, this guy. Isn't he called Lucas Hedges or whatever?
Outside Mr. Stanley's 5th period?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
I'm so sorry about that. Sorry to...
It's interesting that we're not seeing his face yet. But I did see some slight glimpses of him throughout the film, and I kind of noticed him in the cast. But it's cool that we're just seeing it from her point of view. See, I like this. The way this is being filmed, like, she doesn't know this guy. And we get that through the reflection. Because we can't see his face, we just kind of see his silhouette. And we hear his voice. So to her, it's just like some random person. That's a really cool shot. I love that composition. That's a really great shot.
Would you maybe want to, like, Greg something to eat with me later?
Greg. I hope he's a good dude. We don't need more shit. We don't need more shit going on, right, fellas? Or ladies, we don't need more trouble right now. There's been enough shit going on. This dude. I think he's just nervous. You know what? Let's just assume right now, benefit of the doubt, that he's a good dude. Let's give him a round of applause. That takes some guts to do that. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gents.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't think you were gonna show up.
Really?
No.
I like this shot. That side-on shot, that we're not seeing her expressions yet. I feel like that shot gives us a sense that she's not sure yet. She's not sure about him. She's not sure if to trust him. And that's why she's kind of like half in. You know what I mean? That's why it's given us kind of that side-on composition. Maybe I'm overthinking that, but I feel like that's why they use that composition at that point. Oh, she's really shy. I mean, I can't blame her, like, all the shit she's gone through. This is tough.
Grandpa used to stay up all night and listen to records. Sometimes.
I don't know, I find the awkward, or they're kind of getting more comfortable now, but I feel like the awkwardness of this is really sweet. This is really nice. I really hope he's a good dude.
I'm actually not gonna lie, I did the same thing to you, but I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I deleted everything.
Probably because of people just... She wanted to kind of get away from it all because of what happened. It's understandable, I guess.
You know who my brother is, right?
Yes.
Well, people would just send me really horrible messages all the time.
Really?
Oh, fuck.
I can't believe that. Like, dude, she didn't fucking do it. Right? Like, why the hell... I don't understand people. Like, why would you do that? It's not her fault. They're saying, oh, your brother's fucked up. Well, how does that help anything? You should say, I'm sorry that happened to you. Right? I don't know, man. I feel that's really fucked up to, like, say mean things to her. Like, she didn't fucking kill him. Oh, sorry. She didn't kill her. You know? Oh my god. Anyway. Let's move on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I totally get why you cancel. But I didn't even think that would be the case. I thought it would just be, you'd just be tired of people
can
saying
be such
sorry.
assholes.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the case sometimes.
Fuck them.
You always hate what you don't understand. Right? Now, they don't understand why that guy did that, right? So then they hate anything, that person or anyone else involved, and probably even the family. That's why they hate it. Now they're hating them too, you see? So, now am I saying, I'm saying fuck them is a problem? Probably not, but if you understood that deeply, that people hate what they don't understand, would that bother you if people, judged you and all this? Because they hate what they don't understand. They're ignorant, right? Does that make sense? Anyway, let's move on. Maybe that's a way of looking at it. That does, not gonna lie, before I was annoyed, I was confused why people would react to her like that, right? Why would they get mad? But now me saying that makes me go, oh, well, it makes sense now. And now, if anything, I just feel sorry for the people that judge her. Because, well, hey, there's this separation, there's this anger behind it. And what does that do? What the fuck does that do? Right? It just creates more separation and anger. I think there was a saying in 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Someone quoted a quote, this girl, anger begets greater anger. And that is true. And it's true on the other side too. Love begets greater love, right? When you love people, more love will come of it. Now, that's not to say everyone will. There's of course going to be people that really cling on to their hate and they love that, right? They love the hate, right? So you just got to love and accept that that's just how they are, because they've created an identity around that. Anyway, I'm going all philosophical here. Let's move on.
Fuck them good.
Fuck 'em good.
Fuck 'em good. At least they're getting on now. This is cool. That's a nice kitty cat. Who's a cat person? More than dogs. Anyone? Say I? No? Okay. No, I love cats. They're awesome. So is this aspect ratio legit going to stay like this? I mean, I get maybe perhaps it's like a change of events, and all that. Oh, hang on. As soon as I said it had changed, that's hilarious. Maybe it's because it felt like for certain characters, the world's closing in, right? The world's closing in and they don't know what to do. They feel directionless. They feel like everyone's against them, right? And that's why they've got this aspect ratio like that. They feel kind of claustrophobic. And then since she's getting a sense of liberation now, a sense of happiness, the world kind of more opens up to her, if that makes sense. I think that's what the meaning is behind this changing of aspect ratio, which is cool. I love that. It's a different way. It's a different way of telling the story. So that's great, I think. Whoa. Locked on camera movement. Whoop. I think this came out in 2019. I'm curious to see if this is going to be a new favorite of mine of that year or of all time, because this, I'm not going to lie, this is really great.
Magnify, lift it on high, spit a Spotify to qualify a spot on his side.
Well, that's really cool. This mermaid costumes or whatever. Has she told her parents about this guy yet, or is this just like, because we've just completely in her world right now. I like these transitions, honestly. I think they're very cool. They kind of set the tone of the scene before the scene happens, just through colour. I think that's really neat, actually.
You're not here. You're not. It's not a family anymore.
See, I feel like this guy, he has good intentions, right? He's pushy. Yes, he's kind of like a coach, as I said, but he has good intentions. Like, I can see what he's trying to do.
Talking about?
Again for you?
What are you talking about?
You pushed him. You pushed him.
I see her point of view too, though. Yeah, as I said, he does push pretty hard.
Black boy going out into the square.
Grieving. I'm just asking you, can I grieve in my way, please?
That's true too. You know, as I said, both of these people aren't wrong. They've just got different points of view, and they're in different stages, right?
No, I know. Who is it?
I'm liking the soundtrack in this movie, by the way, too. It just really fits kind of the mood and tone that the film's trying to go for, I feel. It's good. I like how they did that with the sound, too. Before, the sound was very muffled, and then when she wound the window down, it was louder. That was cool.
You don't have to do that.
Wait, what is it?
It's X. There's no pressure at all. Whatever you want to do, I'm up for whatever. Yeah.
Oh gosh, here we go. I mean, I feel like she's in a more safer, as I said, more happier environment than what her brother was when he was taking drugs and whatever. Oh, cool, the camera went through it too. That's really neat. And since they're on like drugs and stuff, it kind of adds to the weird vision and everything. That's really cool. I love that they did that. Man, so many cool techniques. Trey Edward Shults, you're a legend, man. You really know what's up with film. At least I think so, anyway.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's crazy.
No, don't get it. No, it's fine.
That's cool. Like that's good, because it's like, you know, if it's like a relationship where it's based on that, then that would be a problem. But since they've created such a good, I feel, a bond, aside from just sexual, that's good. You know, it doesn't really matter so much if that's not as good yet, anyway, you know.
I don't think you've been fishing with your daddy since you was a little girl.
Oh wow, that's cool. This is really nice. He's going out fishing with him. Wow.
No, it's okay.
It's just, I don't have anyone else to talk to.
I know, it's okay. Dad.
Yeah.
Look, I'm really happy you're
I
telling me
think
this
this is
stuff.
where
I promise, okay?
he needs to probably get some... If he's not telling anyone about this, I think it'd probably be a good idea for him to... I know it's not cheap, but like therapy or psychologist, or even him and his wife to do it. Obviously they have issues, so I reckon she wouldn't be completely against that idea. I don't think.
You're angry?
How
You
does
have every
somebody
right
do
to
that?
be. Do you hear me? But your brother, he's not a monster. He's not evil. He's just a human being.
No, he's right about that. Shit just hit the fan for him, and the shit just spread kind of.
And differently. But we can't change it, you know? All we have is now.
Yes, that's true. All we have is this moment.
Holding on to that much hate will destroy a person.
That's
and I'm
right.
not about to let that happen to you.
Yeah, that's right, because that's what happened to him. He hated the situation he was in, which created more hate and more suffering in himself and in others.
Hatred stirs up strife. But love covers all offenses.
Amen to that. That's right. It really does. I I personally believe that for sure. That's the like the thumbnail of the movie. There you go. It was such a relief after all that just descending. It's nice to see like this uplift now, and it's satisfying seeing how these people are recuperating. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh, he is awake. Wow. I think he's just in shock. He didn't even say anything. Yeah, I think all that anger and rage and all that's it's not a problem right now. He's near death. That's... I don't think he'd be like that right now. Or for the rest of his life. Whatever's left. I bet there's a sense in him that he's glad he actually came here now. Because it'd be good to leave with these nicer memories rather than those memories from before. Whoa. So she hasn't said anything that she's been going somewhere. Oh gosh. That's right, I don't think she said anything that, to her parents yet, that she's been seeing this guy. I don't think she said it to her dad either when they went fishing. Right. That's given her a flashback to that. I wonder if near the end of the movie, because I don't think they've gone to the prison to see him. I wonder if near the end of the movie they'll go and visit him or something, or he'll be out of prison, one or the other. I think perhaps it'll probably be they'll go to visit him. It's interesting because before, they showed much of the daughter, it was really heavily focused on, the son and the dad mostly, and they were just kind of like, the daughter and the mum were kind of just at the background. The mum's kind of been like the background a bit too, honestly, in this movie, but she's definitely taken a big focus in this, and I've grown to like her character quite a lot too. Oh man, he's done. Well, at least he, perhaps let out his regrets before he went. Maybe that's why he didn't die too, because he was holding on to that. But once he let go of that, he felt at peace, so he could move on. Oh, grateful to have you in my life and that you raised me. That's nice. That looks like the prison. Oh, she's going to visit him. Ah, I wasn't expecting that. That's nice though, seeing her character do a bit more something in the film. Oh, he's doing his fishing. Oh, he's just gone on his own. This man seems like he's on his own a bit at the moment. Oh, that's nice. I like that they didn't have to say words. They just... the actions speak louder than words. That was nice. This is a much more brighter and vibrant shot, that's for sure, throughout most of this film, that's for sure. It's more hopeful, I would say. Is that the end? Oh, wow. That happened very suddenly, but it makes sense. Oh, wow. That was, tad bit of chills. Yeah, that was really good. That was worth it. Well, that was worth the wait. Yeah, I would say so. Because, yeah, man, I was waiting a few years to check this out, and yeah, I definitely will watch this again, and I will buy it on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever. Hell, 4K Blu-ray if I can. Yeah, this was really good. I need to put my thoughts together because there's a lot here. So I'm going to go through my list straight away of the things I like, and then I'll be back. So, yeah. Okay, so, wow, I just did it. There's a lot of things here. This is in my, I think, top 5 of 2019. So there's a lot of things I like here. So let's just get straight into it, eh? I'm not going to go too in depth with them because there's quite a lot here. The list is quite big. I'm not going to say how many until I get to the end. So anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing I like, actually, I'm going to do the first 3 things I like because they're kind of all filmmaking things, particularly with the camera work. So let's just get these 3 straight out. So the first thing is camera composition. Second thing is camera movements. And the third thing is tracking shots. I think the way this movie is done, was also evident in Trey Edward Shults' first film. I think it was his first film. It Comes for was it Comes for Us? No, It Comes at Night. That was his first film, I believe, and he did a fantastic job with that. And I'd probably give him the same points for that film as well. Probably not tracking shots actually, but the first two definitely. But the reason I really love the tracking shots in this at times, like particularly one when he goes into that party, it reminds me a lot of that Boogie Nights one. It didn't go as long and kind of as intricate, but I still loved kind of the build up it created, and you knew something was going to go wrong, and you were kind of hoping that something wouldn't happen, but boy, did it. Oh, but anyway, really well done, just really well executed in those things, and just the way the camera kind of circled around the car, putting you in the scene with these characters created a certain energy, a certain tension at times. It was such a great choice, I thought, throughout the film. Perhaps maybe they use it 1 or 2 times too many, but I think for the most part it was such an effective way to put you in the scene and to feel a certain emotion that they're trying to bring across. So yeah, I think it was a great choice for the most part. Definitely deserving of a point. These 3 things, I think, personally. Alright, so the next thing, 4 and 5, lighting and color palette. So just the way the film looked in that regard, like the lighting helped the color palette, like particularly in that party scene with the red and blue, and then certain parts with like how his bedroom looked with the curtains and the red, I think they're green and something else. Just the way the colors looked in the film were really great, really vibrant. At times they were vibrant, but sometimes they were also rather moody and dramatic, which really suited the tone. But overall too, it was just a very beautiful looking film as well. So just a really great film with lighting and color palette, I thought, as well. Next thing, number 5, is the aspect ratio. I loved how they changed it occasionally throughout the film. Particularly, I think it went a little bit more closed in at one part too, when things were starting to get a bit bad, but then it also squashed in and got very claustrophobic, and I loved that. It was such a great choice how they did that with the film. So just amazing job, I thought, for the filmmaker to do. Alright, so the next thing, number 7, is the editing. Fantastic editing. I was going to say long takes, but although I did notice them, and as I mentioned before, that good tracking shot, I'm not sure how many really good long takes there were in the film. I know there definitely was, don't get me wrong. But I think I was so taken into the story that I kind of overlooked perhaps some of them. So I don't want to get that point just yet if there actually isn't that many. But I am going to give a point definitely to the editing, because that's basically what I am pretty much giving it the same point anyway. I'd probably just give it a bonus point, so it'd be 2 things. But anyway, I'm going to give it a point just for editing anyway. Just overall, it was very solid. Like, the shots did kind of sit for a decent amount of time anyway, and really put you in the scene instead of cutting back and forth. Sometimes they did that cool spinning shot at times, particularly when they're in the cars. But then also just kind of staying in a certain frame without having to cut back and forth all the time. I thought there was such good intentional choices here and there. So I think just really solid editing, and also because of that, really solid camera movements as well to kind of keep it interesting without having to cut all the time. And also I love how they did the camera swings and then kind of cut between shots, doing it that as well. Created a certain tension at times, but also created a certain energy and excitement at times too. So a great choice of editing, I thought, as well. It very much at times reminds me a bit of a mix of Damien Chazelle and Paul Thomas Anderson. That's kind of what I feel. It may be a bit of inspiration brought from them, I'm not too sure. But anyway, next thing, actually, I've already mentioned it. Number 8, transitions. I love the transitions, how they sometimes did the camera swings, but also did those cool color transitions as well. And that's a cool point I also give to color palette, is how they kind of transition scene to scene here and there with just these color things, and it kind of creates the mood perhaps of the previous scene, or the color to bring you into the mood of the next scene. So that's kind of what I thought that was for. Yeah, so just a great use of transitions, I thought, as well. Number 9, really solid acting. So it's crazy, this film. If this was done by perhaps more of just a very, average director, it probably wouldn't get this many points. I've given this film 8 points just for visual things alone, right? I probably would give it maybe 1 or 2 points if it was just perhaps kind of like an average film, and I'd just be very much just picking kind of almost, so just kind of being nice and going, oh yeah, it's got a bit of this, a bit of that. this movie is definite that those things I've given, there's probably more things that I overlooked. As I said, there's probably some long takes that I really overlooked, and I should have given a point for that. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. But it's crazy. This film had some really great intentional filmmaking techniques just visually that I thought was just fantastic. And I feel like a lot of filmmakers perhaps wouldn't do it like this, and they would just make a very basic, just get the shots done, kind of coverage type of thing, and just not really think it through enough. But this director really put some effort into that, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, let's move on to, as I was mentioning, the acting. So number 9, really solid acting. I think pretty much the whole cast really brought their game. I think the young guy, the dad, and the daughter were definitely the best. I think they were definitely the standouts here for sure. Number 10, pull off dramatic moments in the performances. I think they weren't overly dramatic, like this very big Oscar moments, but they were good. So I think you have some really solid dramatic moments here and there with the film as well that really felt very natural and I thought pretty damn real, which was great. Number 11, the music. The music sometimes created a sense of unease, a sense of tension, but also an uplifting sense as well. So I think the music really just fitted the tone, and it was just some good, solid music, I thought, just in general as well. So, good music. Number 12, the story. Really like the story. This story is so good. I'm going to mention a few other elements that makes the story so good, but I was really engaged by the story and really liked it. Like, this movie's kind of a full package for me, good filmmaking and good story. Hence why there's so many great elements here. So many points I can give. Number 13, characters. Now, one character I wish we got a little bit more from was the mother. Gosh, you barely get anything from that character. But I like the dad character. I like the son and the daughter. I think those 3 characters were done really well and fleshed out enough for me to give them this point. Because I thought they're just really solid characters in general. Like, the daughter character was barely a thing when the son was around, but I think there was a point to that too. Actually, now that I think about it, the reason why it was like that is because the dad was focused on the son. So we were also focused on the son. So in a sense, in the first part of the film, we were kind of in the dad's perspective. Like, we're going to kind of just like, oh yeah, the daughter's fine, whatever. Perhaps overlooking things she's having issues with. At least that was from the mum's perspective. That's kind of what she thought. And I can kind of definitely see that. Like, we definitely see, that's what we see. So, perhaps in a sense we're kind of in the mum's perspective as well then, because she can see that he's kind of neglecting the daughter a little bit. But anyway, so perhaps there's an intent there. That's why it's like that, to kind of put you in the mind of the dad and connect to the son more, because he's focused on him a lot, even though he's not getting all the information anyway. Like, he didn't know for a while that he had the bad shoulder until he said something. But anyway, I feel like they were definitely a high focus, and then once that event happened, the daughter became like the focus, and I really liked that transition, and it felt just really fluent. Like, it wasn't like, oh gosh, now we're going to follow this character. No, it was like, oh wow, I'm really connecting to her really quickly. So I really liked how that was all done. So I think pretty damn good, really solid characters, the ones that they did flesh out. I thought it was really good. And even the boyfriend the girl gets with, I think they fleshed him out pretty damn well too. So I think the characters were pretty solid overall. Number 14, emotional impact. So this is thanks to also the dramatic moments. It really made me connect, but also because of the story and what the film is about. I think the emotional impact was definitely evident, probably for most people that watch this film. So great emotional impact. Number 15 is the build-up. So it takes a fair while for things to really fall into this chaos, and I really like that, just really slow build-up, and that release is like, oh man, that's rough. And and that leads me to the next thing, number 16, plot downward spiral. Oh my goodness. The spiral does start kind of early, this downward spiral, but man, shit really hits the fan in that particular scene when she hits, he knocks her and, she falls on the ground and smacks her head. Like, gosh, that spiral just happened so sudden. I mean, it was happening before then, because, he found out about this and then he actually got injured. when they saw, and then they realized it really was that bad, and then he was taking drugs for bad reasons. It wasn't like to have fun. It was to kind of drown out his problems, to distract him from his problems, which made it worse, I feel. See, when the sister was taking a bit of drugs and stuff, she was with the guy and she was having a good time. She was living life a bit. She was having fun. So it wasn't so bad because she wasn't like using that to suppress her emotions. She probably was suppressing her emotions a little bit with it, but she was more trying to enjoy life more and trying to, you know, have a good time while, you know, the son was just confused, and so the drugs really didn't help. I mean, he didn't take a lot of drugs, but it was just one of those things. He did do a little bit of it, which definitely probably didn't help. But anyway, so I thought just, yeah, great plot, downward spiral. Number 17, plot simplicity. I kind of went through it, and it is quite a simple plot, you know. It's quite easy to follow, and it's not really an issue with that. It's actually quite good. It makes you connect, I think, a bit more, particularly just in this film anyway. I feel like it made me connect a bit more. So yeah, I think great plot simplicity as well. Number 18 is the themes. It's not really themes, it's more like a theme. I really like the theme in the film of love and hate. It's a very basic theme, but I think this movie displayed that really well. Like we saw the spiral or build up of hate in the son character, and we saw where that ended him up, right? But then we saw love come from that with the daughter, and you see it's such a more powerful thing and just more good things happening in life because you're not resentful. I mean, she was resentful. She hated the brother, you know, that fishing scene, which is great, and then the dad points this theme out. I didn't feel like that was too shoehorned in, like that it felt too on the nose. I think that was still well done how they did that, and it didn't feel too shoehorned, like, hey, this is what we're trying to do. I think it was enough to kind of understand, okay. I didn't think it was too in your face, like, hey, look, this is our theme. Maybe to some people it could feel like that, but I still like the theme. I mean, I haven't given this film a point for subtlety, so yeah, maybe I wouldn't then. But that being said, it doesn't really bother me. I'd still give it a good point for theme of that. So I really, anyway, I'm kind of just talking in circles with this thing. But anyway, really solid theme of love and hate, and I really appreciated how they did that. Moving on, number 19, rewatchability. I can definitely see myself rewatching this film and probably finding more things to appreciate story-wise and probably filmmaking-wise. Oh, whoops. So yeah, I'll probably just find more things to appreciate story-wise and filmmaking-wise. So just, yeah, I definitely will watch this again, no doubt about it. And I probably will, I'll try and find this on 4K, honestly, Blu-ray. I probably won't find it, but I'll at least get it on DVD nonetheless. Last but not least, number 20, the ending. So yeah, 20 things I liked about this. And last thing is the ending. So yeah, I really like just how this wrapped up. I could definitely see how people would probably want more, but I think it kind of, there was still problems there, you know, but that's life, right? And I think that's great. I think that's a great way to end it, and leaves you kind of going, yeah, they're going in a nice uphill slope though, which I think is good. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. What a film, man. How long have I been doing this for? I'm curious. How long have I been? 15 minutes. Holy crap. Wow. So yeah, lots of things to talk about in this film and lots to appreciate. And I imagine there's things I've overlooked, so please put your thoughts down in the comments below. And yeah, you know, tell me some things you appreciated as well, or maybe some things you didn't like about it. You know, just put it all down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Or maybe some interesting trivia as well. Yeah, that's it for this video. Boy, what a film. It was worth the wait, man. Gosh. Boy. Anyway, if you've watched this video all the way up to this point, consider hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. That would be really awesome. And yeah, hope to catch you folks in the next one. Bye-bye.